Okay, let's see how this goes. It's been a while. I don't think we've done an actual live commentary or a proper YouTube video on Borderlands in a good amount of time. Today I'm going to be going over a Amon build, which I've been playing since the game came out just over a week ago. We went for a melee version because I wanted to do the rocket fist skill. Kind of fits the brand, but I wanted to try and see if we could make the build. It seems to have worked. We're just in a area where I'm just going to quickly show you how the build works, and then we'll go through the details of what we've got going on. So the basic idea of this character is just to stay in your action skill as long as possible. We're just going to do melee. It's basically just punching people. So I kind of like that. Like I said, I saw the skill trees before the game came out. I decided that's what I wanted to do, and we've stuck with it, and it's kind of worked. So this is UVHM5, so it is endgame. So we're just going to do this till we get our action skill. Weapons don't really matter, you just use what you want to use. So we're going to our action skill, and now you're just going to be farming enemies as much as you can. The more kills you get, you'll continue to get your action skill back, and you'll be able to be in it quite a lengthy amount of time, even at UVHM5. You want to make sure you activate Berserk, which is on the big wave we sent out at the beginning. And then you're going to keep killing, you're going to keep activating it, which Berserk is a huge skill for this character. So again, all we're doing is this, we're just running around hitting people. Action skill's never running out, we're one-tapping enemies even at UVHM5. The boss has spawned, so we'll weaken him a little bit. We'll throw a couple of fish slaps on the big boss because we're doing melee. It's called Slippy in this game, but it's basically the fish slap. One big smash on the boss and he's gone. We've still got our action skill. Okay, so that's basically this entire mobbing area. Without having to pop another action skill, we could just keep doing it and doing it. So, pretty safe. Pretty good amount of damage. His shield's being a bit weird because he's cryo, and obviously with us having Berserk, we're doing some cryo damage, so he's kind of just been a bit douchey about it, to be honest. You know, maybe we just slip him and it's over for that guy. There you go. So that's a little bit of the showcase of the build. As I said, we did that entire boss fight in one action skill. So we'll go over the skill tree a little bit and the things we've got going on. So if we start in the skill tree, this build's pretty much completely in red tree. We do have 5 points in Gathering Storm, which gives us some elemental damage, which is a kill skill. So we took that. We have 5 points in some fire damage. We got some melee crit that we take. Titanium Knuckles is also melee damage and some skill damage. We take the gut punch for weakness, so that's going to be kind of big for the character. So we're going to keep hitting enemies, you're going to keep getting melee damage, and that should give weakness on enemies. We're going to take Berserk, which is what I mentioned before. That's a huge source of damage that you want to try and keep that up as much as possible. But if you continue to kill after you've activated it, you should just keep it. We've got 3 points in There Is Only Red, which is another kill skill, which is bonus cryo. We take more melee damage. You can see the pattern. We're taking mostly melee damage. Brim and Vigor, we've maxed out. A lot of the times we will be at max health, so we're going to get 35% extra there. We take Harbinger, which is a stacking melee. We take Into the Fray, which is damage reduction while we're close, which obviously a melee build. We're going to be on top of enemies. We're going to be close most of the time. So that's kind of the overview of the entire skills that we've got going. Like I said, it's mostly red tree, but I think you could probably do it. There's going to be any number of ways that you can build the character as a melee character. I don't think this is the min-max build, and honestly, I've not looked at anybody else's content, so I don't know what the meta builders have been building. I don't know what the content creators that do the builds for a living, i.e. Moxie and others, I don't know what they've got going on. So this is just a week one, basically like a diary type thing, where this is the character we've been using, this is what works, and as you can see from the gameplay, it does really work. So we're going to take Horcleave, but the class mod we're using is going to be the Furnace class mod, which comes from Idolater Soul, if you can get one, because class mods can be a little bit of a nightmare to farm in this video game, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So it's going to send you damage and some skill damage on it. But the skills it's going to be buffing are, that one is gun crits to apply weakness, and Mortal Flare is one where you can detonate weakened enemies. We've got points into Dragon's Breath, which I don't think really matters. And I think, is there one more? Yes, it also goes into Raging Inferno. So we're using the Furnace. I don't know if that's the one to use. That's the one I've been using. It converts, it's going to convert Horde Cleave into fire. But when you send the Horde Cleave out, you can still freeze enemies instantly with it. So you've got this one here. You throw it out, it freezes an enemy. Quite easy, but it also activates Berserk. So we do that. So that's all the skills, basically. That's everything we've got going on. We use Pyroclast because that gives me my action skill longer. So we keep getting kills, it keeps adding on. We stay in that. It's kind of just easier to chain in big mobbing areas. You're just going to go enemy to enemy, continue to extend your action skill. And obviously we're using Horde Cleave, which gives us a way to activate Berserk, but also it can freeze big targets. It's pretty good. So that's the entirety of the skill tree. Like I said, we're using the Furnace, but I think we should be changing that at some point. But I don't actually know, like I said, what's min-max. There might be some other class mods we can use, but that's the one. As I said, it's only like the first week of the game. I've not spoiled myself. I've not actually gone to another channel and looked at what builds they're doing, so this is just my findings. For the shield, we're going to be using the Heavyweight, which is a shield that we found that seems really good. You get this from the Vial prototype, and that's in a black site in Terminus range. So you farm that guy, you can drop it. Now this is not perfect, but it does have a nice roll on Spunky where I get 20% damage with broken armor segments, and the Bare Knuckle actually strips it anyway, so it's a really good melee shield, so you want to try and get that. The enhancement I've not really looked at properly. You just take whatever you want to take. I've got some damage, gun damage, fire rates and crit damage, whatever. You use whatever you want to use. We are, like I said, this is the fish slap from Borderlands 3, but it's actually called the Slippy in this game. You get this from farming. You can get it from fishing, basically. Any body of water on the map, you can go there, and there's a way to actually fish. So you can actually get this from that. And obviously you could get it from World Drop. So fishing is that one there. My rep kits, again, I don't know the perfect option. I've gone with just whatever I had, basically. And Hard Hitter seems like a good perk for melee, and it's also got movement speed on it. So that's basically the 5 pieces we've got going on down there. Weapons don't really matter, use whatever you want to use. One of my favorite guns currently is the Wombo Combo. The Hot Slugger's like extremely good. You'll see most people at least got a SMG from Vladof on them, because a lot of people are using the stacking Vladof glitch that's out there, but I would imagine enough people's covered that. So, and that's just a generic beam tosser, which beam tosser attachment is really, really good, but we're not really here to talk about that. So that's the overview of the 5 pieces that matter. As far as the set bonuses go, now there is 2 that I've been looking for. One is Real Big Fist, which it gives me a ton of melee damage. And on the 3 piece, it gives me an over explosion with 200% of your melee damage. And there's another one called Action Fist, which we've got melee damage, action skill damage on that. You could have it either or, but just with it sticking with the build and the fist and the rocket fist and all the rest of it, I just went for a 3 and 2 piece. It don't matter which way you do it either way. But that's going to be the set bonuses that I'm going for. So that's all the gear plus the bonus that you need, the set bonus. As far as specialization is concerned, I think the real big one that most melee builds is going to use Groundbreaker. I don't currently know how to properly use it, in all honesty, because on the other games, I know this was in Borderlands 3, I didn't really use the Guardian rank at all in Borderlands 3, so I've never really used it much. So we just went mostly melee. We took Groundbreaker, we're using bare arms, and then we've just spread the points out a bit. We've got a bit here where action skill damage now benefits from gun damage, which I've got a little bit of gun damage, but not anything crazy. And this one is more gun damage, so we stack a little bit of gun damage there. Again, I don't know the min-max. I don't know what's the perfect strategy to go with. I just know what I know, and this is just what's worked in just over a week of the game being out. I've not farmed crazy amounts because I'm actually in the middle of trying to clear the entire map, do everything, do all the side quests and all the rest of it. But that's my entire, basically what I wanted to share with you today. Like I said, this has been a while. I'm going to try and start posting clips. I've been streaming this game daily, so if you want to check the stream out, there'll be a link in the description below. So I will be live as much as I can be. We do like daily 5 to 6 hour streams, but I want to hopefully start posting shorts and TikTok, so them links will also be down below. So I appreciate your guys' time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is more like a mobbing build guide, and it's just an early something that works. Melee's pretty cool. I enjoy what this build does. It won't be a boss killer. There's nothing really too broken, in all honesty, here. It's good at mobbing, it's good at punching enemies, and it just gets the job done. So if you enjoyed the video, by all means leave it a like, leave me a comment. But yeah, I'm hoping to be back in the future. We should hopefully start posting more live commentaries and live videos, or TikToks, like I said, or shorts, but whatever it is, we're going to try and do as much content for Borderlands 4 as I can physically do. So thank you for your time. I'll see some of you guys in the next video. Thank you.